Meteorologist Stephen Cropper tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
Now, Channel 11 News. Coverage you can count on.
Good afternoon. Power lines spark as flames ripped through a Strip District warehouse. Firefighters were called in around 4:30 this morning. That fire is out now.
Yeah, but 7.5 hours later, people are still being told to stay away from Smallman Street. Channel 11's Lori Hoy joins us live in the Strip with the latest on this. Lori?
Yeah, Gordon and Peggy, most of the firefighters have cleared the scene here in the Strip District. But as you can see behind me, there are just a few left. They are cleaning up and wrapping up here. Now, we're getting a closer look at the damage to the warehouse here in the Strip. But what caused the fire is still not known. Now, the fire started just after 4:30 this morning and grew to 3 alarms. When firefighters arrived, there was heavy smoke and flames coming from the 4-story warehouse in the 1600 block of Smallman Street that once housed nightclubs. Initially, public safety officials were asking drivers to avoid Smallman, Penn, and Liberty between 11th and 21st Streets as firefighters battled the blaze. Now, at one point, electrical wires caught fire. Now, the warehouse is under construction. It's being converted into office space, retail, and restaurants. Public Safety Director Wendell Hisrick said because it is under construction, it presented dangers for fire crews.
There was heavy fire on the Smallman Street side. There was many hazards. The building currently being under construction. Floors were missing. There's different various chemical or cylinders throughout the building, and of course we had concerns with electricity and gas throughout the building.
Now, fire investigators are still trying to determine how this fire started. The latest on the investigation tonight at 5. Live from the Strip District, Lori Hoy, Channel 11 News.
Well, we had some drenching downpours this morning, and there are still a few showers in our area.
Meteorologist Danielle Dozier tracking when that rain is going to be winding down in Severe Weather Center 11.
It was coming down heavy, and if you think about it, we had record rainfall today. We had record rainfall to start the month. So we're starting the month, ending the month with record rainfall here in Pittsburgh, and we still have some showers out there right now. Storm tracker Doppler 11 radar, a lot of green still showing up here in Allegheny County around Pittsburgh. Detecting that rain, you're going to want your rain gear before you head out. Let me put it into motion. You can see those showers moving from northwest to southeast right now. I am tracking pockets of more moderate rain showing up here in southern Beaver County, also around Burgettstown there in northern Washington County, and then a few passing showers through Allegheny County at this time. Notice some pockets of more heavier rainfall here along Interstate 79. That's east of Waynesburg here in Greene County, and also around Uniontown. You're going to want your umbrella there because we have wet weather still pushing through. We keep showers in the forecast through midday, so over the next couple of hours, and we'll give way to a clearing sky as we head into late afternoon. But here is a look at how much rain we have already seen so far today. 1.35 inches, and yes, that is a record for the day here in Pittsburgh. I am tracking some fog that will also be setting up tonight. We'll have a latest look at Fog Tracker coming up in just a few minutes.
Pittsburgh's Jewish community is celebrating Rosh Hashanah, and police are keeping a close watch on synagogues as we approach the 1-year anniversary of the Tree of Life massacre. Channel 11's Mike Holden has more on the security changes that have been made since that shooting. Mike?
Gordon, as we go live on air at this afternoon hour, we do want to report there have been absolutely no credible threats against any synagogues in the greater Pittsburgh area, including the one right here behind me in Shadyside. We do know this is a situation that is constantly being monitored around the clock, but officials are stressing they want you to come out and celebrate the Jewish New Year today. Now, safety and security is clearly on the minds of many as the Jewish community celebrates Rosh Hashanah. The Jewish New Year is a time to remember, reflect, and start out fresh. And this year, we are learning a number of synagogues across town have ramped up security following the Tree of Life tragedy. The Jewish Federation of Pittsburgh confirms they have paid for armed guards at all synagogues, and the funds will be reimbursed up to a certain dollar amount. Recently, the Federation handed out more than $370,000 in funds to various synagogues. Now, that money is used to improve overall security. Some of those improvements include safety buttons to alert first responders of any issues, alarms, cameras, and communication equipment, all vital in keeping folks safe.
Of course, it's always on our radar, and you know what happened last year. We are taking appropriate actions to make sure it's safe.
There's just a heightened concern, I think, mostly among the congregants, the people who are going to worship. And we want to make sure that those people feel safe, since some of them are going to synagogue for the first time after the shooting.
And visibility is key. Of course, if you see something, say something. Again, no threats at all whatsoever. We're going to continue to follow this story for Channel 11 News at 5 and check in with public safety officials to look for a new report starting at 5 o'clock tonight. Reporting live in Shadyside, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
And Channel 11 News anchor David Johnson spoke with 2 people who lost family in the massacre.
I want to tell people to be positive, to know that you can get through anything.
Her message of hope and how the shooting has changed how she thinks about little things ahead at 12:30.
The man who escaped jail in Ohio and was spotted in our area is back in custody and is set to face a judge this afternoon. Investigators say 4 inmates overpowered 2 guards at a jail in Gallia County, Ohio. They had a homemade weapon and they stole a car. 3 of the 4 inmates were found in a car at the Red Roof Inn near Raleigh, North Carolina around 2 this morning. You see police in the parking lot there. Late this morning, police in Cary, North Carolina updated us on the 4th fugitive who is still on the run.
All we know is Lawrence Lee was not in the vehicle at the time. He took off on foot. Officers did not locate him.
State police say one of the prisoners, Christopher Clementi, was seen Sunday at a Sheetz in New Alexandria, Westmoreland County. A few hours later, he was seen at the Westmoreland Mall, and the mall had to be evacuated.
We went into a store. We were probably there for about maybe 5-10 minutes. Fire alarm started to go off. Employees working at the store told us they know we had to get out.
And this also forced the Greensburg-Salem School District to start 2 hours late today. The district called it yesterday as investigators were still looking for the prisoners.
The latest now, a brutal murder in South Fayette Township where a man is accused of killing his own mother. It happened inside Margaret Sumney's home on Old Orchard Drive earlier this month. Police say relatives called police several times to check on Margaret because no one had heard from her in days. Officers had to force their way inside, and they say once inside they found a gruesome scene. They found Margaret dead in the bathtub. Margaret's son David had apparently been staying with her and was arrested in the past for assaulting his parents. Police caught up with David Sumney outside of his uncle's funeral and took him into custody. They say he had his mother's jewelry with him. They also found her gun and purses in a hotel room where they had been staying. The family sent Channel 11 a statement saying, quote, "She was a wonderful, caring, giving person and a wonderful mom. She had the best style. She was loved by so many people, and she will be missed incredibly." Detectives say they also found pictures on David's phone of Margaret at the crime scene. Today, he is in the Allegheny County Jail, set to face a judge next week.
Police are searching for the man accused of luring a girl away from her grandmother's home and then attacking her. Police are looking for Jawan Mitchell. According to the criminal complaint, the girl told police she was outside her grandmother's Northview Heights home when Mitchell approached her. She told officers he claimed to be her uncle and asked her if she wanted to go to the store, but instead he took her to another home and attacked her.
That shouldn't happen to no family. Nobody should have to go through that experience, that situation.
According to court papers, Mitchell was identified on surveillance video. Police know that it's him because they say they've dealt with him several times before. A warrant has been issued for Mitchell's arrest. Pittsburgh police are also investigating a shooting in Beachview. Officers were called to West Liberty Avenue early Sunday morning. That is where they found shell casings in a parking lot. Around the same time, a man walked into a nearby hospital with a gunshot wound. He told police he was arguing with a group of men and one of them shot him. He is expected to be okay.
President Trump in a tweet storm this morning, firing attacks at the whistleblower, U.S. Representative Adam Schiff, and the media. Our Bofta Imam has more on the firestorm playing out in D.C.
Trump even saying over Twitter that he deserves to meet the whistleblower. The whistleblower, in a tentative agreement, is expected to testify before Congress very soon. That's according to Representative Schiff. Here's how things are moving rapidly. This week, despite a recess, House committees plan to hold a series of depositions with key officials in the impeachment inquiry. And the intel community's Inspector General, who handled the complaint against President Trump, is scheduled for a closed-door testimony Friday. This morning, the president tweeting that the whistleblower's complaint is fake. He's also been attacking Representative Schiff, suggesting he should be arrested for treason. Meanwhile, those for and against the impeachment continue to speak out.
Salem witch trials have more due process than this.
Honor your oath of office to the Constitution of the United States. speak the truth.
No word yet on when the whistleblower will testify. In Washington, Bofta Imam, Channel 11 News.
A man is recovering after going off a trail and right into the Yaak River. He was riding his bike on the Great Allegheny Passage bike trail in Fayette County yesterday when he lost control and slid over a hill into the river. Crews had to use boats to rescue him because they couldn't get him from the riverbank. He had to be rushed to a hospital. We're working on learning how he is doing.
The Steelers take on the Bengals tonight at Heinz Field. Both teams have yet to win a game, and if you want to bet on a winner, the new sportsbook at the Rivers Casino opens today. The temporary sportsbook has been up and running, but the new Bet Rivers sportsbook is 5,500 square feet. It features dozens of TVs to watch the games, 6 betting windows, and 33 self-serve kiosks. That should accommodate up to 200 people. The Pirates start the offseason on the hunt for a new manager. They fired Clint Hurdle before the final game yesterday. These pictures show Clint Hurdle leaving PNC Park after getting the news that he had been fired and did not stay to manage the game. Hurdle finished his 9-year managing tenure with a winning record. And we asked GM Neil Huntington how he took the news.
Probably as you would expect he would. Completely professional. Not happy. Wanted to continue this fight. Believed he's the right man to continue this fight, to get this back on the right track, and disappointed that we weren't able to accomplish the goal that we had set out to accomplish together.
The Pirates say they will search inside and outside of the organization for the next manager.
Put on alert after an attack on Pitt's campus. New details on an arrest coming up next at noon.
I don't care what the pay is.
A school bus driver accused of driving drunk, and police say this video proves it. The bizarre stories that she told students.
And I'm still tracking scattered showers across our area. I'm going to let you know if they're going to clear out in time for the Steelers game.
You're streaming WPXI now. Channel 11 expands its streaming live newscasts. When other stations are national, Channel 11 News is local, right here at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on WPXI Now.
Cover the news the same way.
Channel 11 covers news everywhere you live, not just downtown. More local news from more neighborhoods. That's a fact. Channel 11 News at 5, when you want news from where you live.
Channel 11 News 11 at 11. 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
New information at noon on an attack near Pitt's campus. Pitt police say They have a man in custody accused of kicking another man in the face. The beating so brutal, the victim was knocked unconscious. Channel 11's Liz Kilmer went back out to Atwood Street and learned more about the victim and the alleged attacker.
Pitt students got an alert about the fight, which police say happened outside this deli and left the victim passed out bleeding on the sidewalk. It was an alarming crime alert sent to Pitt's campus. University police and city officers working together to find a man suspected of assaulting another over the weekend. By Monday, Matthew Stafuric was charged. According to court documents, he had been in an argument with two other guys by a house party on Semple Street Saturday night, and their paths crossed again outside this nearby deli on Atwood Street. Stafuric told cops he was being approached by the victim in an aggressive manner. A fight ensued, and the victim ended up on the ground. The suspect allegedly admitted to cops that he kicked the victim in the face while he was on the ground, but felt it was self-defense. When police found the victim, he was passed out and bleeding.
It's college, and as sad as that is to say, it's going to happen, and it's very unfortunate. I feel bad that it happened. It shouldn't have happened, but you see it.
It didn't take police long to make an arrest. More on that from these court documents and a report I'm working on for 5. In Oakland, I'm Liz Kilmer, Channel 11 News.
You have potential. Come on, girlfriend, get it done.
Whoa. Police in Washington state say this video shows a school bus driver drunk driving. In the video, she's talking about relationships and her bosses. She said this to the high school students on board.
Hey, did you know I was going to be a police officer down in LA County, you know? I had to spend a year being either a informant on the Crips or the Blood side. Yeah, no.
Ooh. After dropping off the high school students, she took younger kids home. One of them called 911. She was charged with DUI and has since resigned.
CVS has pulled Zantac from store shelves. The pharmacy chain says it's suspending sales of all versions of the popular heartburn drug out of an abundance of caution. Earlier this month, the FDA announced some of the pills contained small amounts of a substance that could cause cancer. However, Zantac has not been recalled, and the FDA has not recommended that patients stop taking the drug. Customers who have already bought the products can return them to CVS for a refund. Gas prices continue to climb. The average price of regular gas went up 10 cents over the last 2 weeks to an average of $2.73 a gallon. Experts say the hike is due to the attack on Saudi Arabia's oil facilities earlier this month. The average in Pennsylvania is slightly higher at $2.78 per gallon. In Allegheny County, it's $2.80. In Westmoreland, $2.88. Beaver, $2.89. And in Butler, it's $2.87.
Well, flu season is here, and the Allegheny County Health Department has opened its walk-in clinic. It is located at 425 First Avenue downtown. The shot is $34 for Allegheny County residents. The clinic is open weekdays at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. except Wednesdays, when it will be open 1 to 8 p.m. A big push over the weekend to find forever homes for shelter dogs across the country. Coldwell Banker Real Estate Services teamed up with local shelters to host adoption events. In our area, there were Homes for Dogs events in Moon, Murraysville, Pittsburgh, and Irwin.
Trying to foster some pups and bring money to help unfortunate pups in unfortunate situations get into homes.
The nationwide adoption weekend is part of a 5-year program brought by Coldwell Banker.
Your severe winter Team 11 forecast.
Well, we had hail and high winds yesterday, and last night and this morning we were tracking some really heavy rainfall amounts. This is a look at the latest rainfall totals I have out at Pittsburgh International, which is the official observing site here in Pittsburgh for climate purposes. 1.35 inches, and that is that daily record that I mentioned earlier for this day. Hampton, a little more than an inch. Cranberry, about an inch. And Gibsonia, Bell Vernon, almost an inch, so definitely a super soaker out there this morning, but we kind of needed it because we were in this dry stretch and we were starting to deal with abnormally dry conditions across part of the area, which means the onset of drought. So it is a little bit nice to see the rain, of course, not coming during the peak morning commute hours, but this is what we're dealing with. And this is what we have out there right now on Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar. Have some rain that's passing through Allegheny County. Also, we have some moderate showers down to our south, which is south of Uniontown. Quick check here, closer look into the Pittsburgh area. Light passing shower coming in from the northwest. Grab your umbrella before you head out. Same thing out in Bethel Park. Temperatures are ranging from the low to middle 70s right now. It is 71 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Greensburg, 73 in Butler. And if you've been outside, it is steamy feeling, and this is because we have a lot of moisture in the air. This is a look at our dew points, upper 60s to low 70s. Anything over 60 feels sticky. Anything over 70 feels more tropical-like. So definitely a humid feel to the air, and we're going to keep that high humidity through the game tonight. The good news is the rain looks to clear out before the game starts. So as the Steelers take on the Bengals at 8:15, looking at 74 degrees at kickoff. We will have a partly cloudy sky throughout the game and warm conditions. Halftime temp right around 72 by the end of the game, near 70. Overnight tonight, it's going to be mild. We're looking at temperatures down in the mid-60s. And we say mild because the average high temperature for this time of the year is upper 60s. So we have a warm front nearby that's going to be lifting across the area as we head into the overnight and day tomorrow. That's going to be keeping the wind out of the south, keeping the moisture around, as well as some fog that could be developing. I'm going to show you fog tracker coming up in the next half hour. The heat and the humidity really will be the big story over the next couple of days. We have this high pressure when we look at the level in which planes fly, so you're talking 30 to 40,000 feet up, this big dome of high pressure, which allows the southerly wind to come all the way this far north and the warm air really to surge this far north as well. That's the red color, the warm colors you're seeing there. With all of that in mind, the highs over the next couple of days will be climbing to the upper 80s. So despite a little moisture in the soil, I still think we're going to climb into the upper 80s tomorrow afternoon. Winds are going to be out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And with the heat and humidity of the day, we can't entirely rule out an afternoon or evening shower or thunderstorm. Near record heat for tomorrow with the high of 88. The record is 89, and Wednesday 86 is the forecast high. The record is 89. So some of these records date all the way back to the late 1800s. So we're going to get close, if not tie or break, over the next couple of days. Here's my 5-day forecast, and you'll notice 86 Wednesday, 81 Thursday, and then look at that. If you have your fall clothes and you've been waiting to wear them, I think you'll get away with them later on in the week and early into the weekend with these highs falling into the 60s. We'll have a closer look at storm tracker maps and where some rain could fall over the next couple of days, all coming up in just a little bit.
A year and a half after she disappeared, still no sign of a missing woman. Channel 11 spoke with a local mother who refuses to give up the search.
First, a man refuses to put out a cigarette, so a business owner goes to the extreme. More on this video, adding more fuel to the fire.
That's a game-winning touchdown. Wow, what a catch! Fighting for every yard. He's going all the way.
No one covers high school football like Channel 11. Skylights on WPXI, sponsored by Chapin Luhana Injury Law Firm. Fridays at 11. Johnson and Peggy Finnegan on Channel 11 News at 5.
An encounter in Salt Lake City, Utah earlier this month is racking up views on social media.
Yeah, the video shows a man using a fire extinguisher on a smoker.
I'm standing right here.
John Bird recounts the exact place he was smoking a cigarette when he accuses the co-owner of a restaurant of assault.
He had no reason to shoot in the face with a fire extinguisher.
An emotional reunion by these two strangers, now involved in a civil suit against the other man.
Just don't do that. You just don't do that.
They're talking about this alleged assault captured on video.
Never thought he would spray me in the face if I put it in my mouth.
Bird was volunteering for the Urban Arts Festival, directing traffic when he lit a cigarette. He admits to moving further away from the restaurant when he was first asked to put it out. Hours later, the second warning left him with health problems.
I don't get headaches, and I've had a headache ever since.
The restaurant owner wrote in a Facebook post, "Am I sorry? Absolutely. Did I mean to cause that man harm or pain? Definitely not. Does he deserve compassion? I'd love to give it to him, but I'm done groveling." In that same Facebook post, the man at the center of the video said that he was leaving the 3 restaurants that he co-owned. He said his behavior was unnecessary and it was no way to treat another person regardless of circumstances.
For those to be her last moments is what hurts the most.
Yeah, remembering the victims during Rosh Hashanah as we approach the anniversary of the Tree of Life shooting, how families are reflecting on the past year during the High Holy Days.
More clouds and sun, a little rain left over, and some fog is possible overnight tonight. I'll show you the latest.
WPXI Now. When a major story breaks, this is where you'll find 24-hour coverage. From the Channel 11 newsroom to our crews live in the field, we'll bring you the information you need right now. WPXI Now. Always on when you want the latest on...
News 11 and 11 means you get 11 minutes of news and weather
before the first commercial.
It means live coverage of breaking news, local news, and your first look at weather.
All before the first commercial.
Channel 11 News 11 and 11.
Watch tonight.
Pittsburgh's chief meteorologist Stephen Cropper tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
Still Still some showers in our area, and tonight we could see some fog forming.
Meteorologist Danielle Dozier looking ahead to what we can expect for our Tuesday morning.
Yeah, so we are looking at fog developing. It's just so humid out there. And anytime you have rain that gets into the soil and you have these temperatures that are really close to just how much moisture we have in the air, we can have fog. So I want to show you the latest with Fog Tracker. But first, I want to get you caught up with the radar. Currently, if you do have any plans to head out, you're going to want to grab your umbrella. We still do track some rain that's pushing through the Pittsburgh area, Allegheny County. Also some passing showers here in eastern Indiana County. You can see here around Greensburg out in Westmoreland County, and then a pocket of more moderate rain showing up well south of Uniontown there, which is going to be across far southern Fayette County. A bigger picture shows that we have some scattered showers back through Ohio that are going to be drifting toward the south as well. These are really associated with a warm front that is just kind of hanging out in that area. And with that being said, with the warm air that I explained, and then also the moisture in the soil, could get a little bit of a fog out there tomorrow morning as temperatures cool overnight tonight into the mid-60s. So by 7:30 a.m., see some areas of gray showing up in Allegheny County up around Butler, Katanning. That is a look at where the fog could form, but it looks like it's going to be lifting by 9 a.m. Still want to keep an eye out for that visibility that could be reduced for your Tuesday morning. Coming up, we'll have Storm Tracker and any rain that may be in the forecast over the next couple of days.
The Jewish New Year began last night. It is a time of celebration and reflection, but this Rosh Hashanah is different. October 27th will mark 1 year since the Tree of Life massacre. Channel 11 anchor David Johnson recently spoke to the rabbi there and to two people who lost close family members in the shooting.
With the high holidays and then the 1 year mark coming right behind it, it's coming all at once.
Michelle Rosenthal's brothers, Cecil and David, were killed in the Tree of Life attack. They were well-known and beloved members of the Tree of Life and greater Squirrel Hill community.
I looked at a picture the other day from a year ago when my husband and I were having dinner with my parents and my brothers, and I can't believe what's happened this year.
What happened this year was the deadliest attack on Jews in American history. 11 Shabbat worshipers were gunned down October 27, 2018, including Andrea Wedner's 97-year-old mother, Rose Mallinger. Andrea was also shot in the arm. She is still recovering. That morning, she heard the gunshots and knew what they were and told her mother to get down.
For those to be her last moments is what hurts the most.
When I sat down with Andrea, I was moved by her smile, how kind and friendly she is, and despite what she's been through, her positivity.
I want to tell people to be positive, to know that you can get through anything, especially if you have the support of people who love you, your family, your friends, your spouse, the community.
Rabbi Jeffrey Myers was also inside Tree of Life that terrible day. Here's his message on this Rosh Hashanah Eve.
May this be a better year. How can we collectively as a community make for a better new year? What can each of us do to be even better human beings, to tip the scale in favor of goodness?
You don't forget. You just, you figure out how to wake up every morning.
We could all learn a lesson from Michelle Rosenthal and from Andrea Wedner.
I see people sometimes who this little thing bothers them, that little thing bothers them. It doesn't for me anymore. That's the small stuff. I almost lost my life, and I'm taking advantage of that.
What I didn't hear in those interviews was anger, bitterness, a need for revenge. Instead, it was tikkun olam. That's a Hebrew phrase that means to repair the world. That's a pretty good message this Rosh Hashanah and all year long. David Johnson, Channel 11 News.
And Rosh Hashanah runs through tomorrow, and while there is no present threat on synagogues, security has been beefed up. Officials want the Jewish community to know they can worship and celebrate in peace and that they will be safe.
The Senate Minority Leader wants President Donald Trump to move forward on universal background checks. Senator Chuck Schumer is calling the president out for a meeting with NRA President Wayne LaPierre. LaPierre reportedly told the president to stop the games on gun legislation. Schumer told the president not to let the NRA call the shots.
Despite the ongoing impeachment inquiry into the president's actions on the Ukraine, I am here today to state that Congress and the White House should still move forward on universal background checks.
A bill for universal background checks was passed by the House earlier this year. A year and a half since she disappeared, the search for Cassandra Gross continues. Only her burned-out car has been found at Twin Lakes Park in Westmoreland County. Gross has legally been declared dead, but no one has been charged in her death or disappearance. Yesterday, volunteers scoured Unity Cemetery trying to find her.
With my last breath, I'll be doing this. I won't give up. It's my daughter.
Her mom told us they've been out searching 16 times now. Gross's estranged boyfriend, Thomas Stanko, is in police custody on unrelated charges.
Police in the North Hills cracked down on DUIs over the weekend. The North Hills DUI Task Force ran a checkpoint Saturday on Route 19 in McCandless. Police arrested 3 people for driving under the influence. 1 person was arrested for driving under the influence of drugs, and another was charged with possession of a controlled substance. They also issued 22 citations for vehicle code violations. The city of Butler has received reimbursement from its insurance company to begin repairs to a park. Police say 2 men and a teenager caused $16,000 in damage at Father Marinaro Park last month. They spray painted graffiti on some of the buildings and features of the park. Butler Radio reports police have given the okay to start fixing the damage. It should take a few weeks to clean up. If you have kids, sooner or later, you will have to decide if they should get an allowance. And that question is getting new attention. The new approach to showing kids how to manage money.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Gordon Lesh.
And I'm Catherine Amenta.
At Channel 11 Morning News, we help you prepare for the day ahead.
Definitely the heavy rain gear today with temperatures.
Heavier delays for the inbound morning commute.
We expanded our breaking news team to better cover news happening right now and give you new information throughout the morning.
Let's get right to Jennifer Tomazik live at the breaking news desk.
A huge impact on the area. In fact, we just found out.
Don't miss anything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News. We're on from 4.
at 5, covering more news happening in Washington County. Well, the old question parents have been asking forever is getting some new attention.
Should you give your child an allowance? NBC's Chris Clackham has the new approach on how to reach children about money.
11 News at 5, covering more news happening in Washington County. Well, the old question parents have been asking forever is getting some new attention. Should you give your child an allowance? NBC's Chris Clackham has the new approach on how to reach children about money.
If kids are on top of their chores, most parents are okay with a weekly allowance.
$10 a week.
$5 to $10.
$5 to $10 a
Weekly. But the fear of making the wrong decision on allowances is why the old debate rages on.
There's really not a right or wrong. Generally, you want kids old enough to understand what money is.
And understand how to manage money.
In many cases, kids have no idea about how to handle money until they get to college or, in some cases, beyond.
California's Bill Dwight got so serious about educating his 5 children about finance, he founded FamZoo.com, developed an app and prepaid cash cards that handle allowance deposits and withdrawals.
Well, my objective was to help parents teach their kids the basics of personal finance.
But to get there, parents have to first get past whether to offer an allowance at all.
Be clear what the allowance can be used for and what can't it be used for.
Dr. Vanessa Jensen, a pediatric psychologist at the Cleveland Clinic, says even if not tied to chores, allowances should be conditional.
Some parents will have allowances where they'll say up front, whatever I give you, 10% has to be saved for charity, or a certain amount must be saved in savings.
That way, allowances also allow for an education. Chris Clackham, NBC News.
From allowance to something you don't always think about, life insurance. Our consumer advisor shows you the steps you can take to protect your family.
Still a lot to talk about. I've got a look at our storm tracker maps to let you know when that rain could be moving back in. Plus, we'll take a look at our humidity forecast for the next few days.
You're streaming WPXI Now, your source for breaking news, weather, and original local shows. Amazing people are having a big impact all over rural America. Small town, big deal. Weekdays at 2 p.m. on WPXI. On Channel 11 News now brings you the 7-day forecast on your screen all the time. During all of our weather reports, you'll see the forecast for the next 7 days where you live. Watch Severe Weather Team 11's 7-day forecast on Channel 11 News every day.
Watch Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Looks like the bankruptcy of Toys R Us was not the death of toys. Researchers say toy sales will likely decline this year, but are expected to jump next year. Analysts expect to see an increase in sales of action figures and dolls, thanks in part to the popularity of Disney's Frozen movies. They also predict products such as Play-Doh and arts and crafts kits will become popular again. Low-price fashion chain Forever 21 filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The Los Angeles-based company also plans to close up to 178 locations. There are 3 stores in the Pittsburgh area. It once had more than 800 stores in 57 countries. If you're in the market for life insurance, you should listen to this. Our consumer reporter, Clark Howard, explains the steps you can take in just minutes to protect yourself for a lifetime.
I find it's really, really hard to get people to buy life insurance because you're terrified of a salesperson coming to see you and also how much it's going to cost. Well, there's actually something known as term life insurance that's really, really cheap to buy and have for decades. But as you try to figure out where to go, anybody who is eligible for USAA, which is for military personnel, their families, dependents, all the rest, they're a great place to go. Amica Mutual, a company almost nobody's heard of that's a great auto and homeowners insurer, also sells very affordable, high-quality term life insurance. But if you hate the whole thing of how long it takes to get a policy issued, you need to know about Haven Life. Haven Life uses a different method of figuring out if you're medically safe to insure, and as long as you make it through their system, you're insured in just minutes from when you do your application. I have a guide to walk you through step by step how you buy life insurance the right way at Clark.com. I'm Clark Howard.
And you can see more from Clark Howard on our streaming app. Just search for WPXI on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.
A new blood test could eventually help screen for cancer. The test probes DNA for tiny chemical tags that regulate whether genes are active or inactive. When applied to nearly 3,600 blood samples, it correctly detected 20 different cancers. The test also successfully identified the tissue from which the cancer began. The CDC says a new case of someone getting tuberculosis from a deer has been identified. According to a report, a 77-year-old Michigan man got TB from an infected deer back in 2017. The man had hunted deer in the same area where 2 other hunters were likely infected with TB from deer more than 15 years earlier. The CDC believes that he inhaled infectious pathogens while field dressing the deer. Hunters are urged to use protective gear to prevent exposure.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Just look at this tower cam over Pittsburgh and you can just see the humidity in the air. It's the air you can wear out there today with our dew points in the upper 60s. Just a heavy amount of moisture outside today. Take a look at our visible satellite. If you've been outside, you know we've had some breaks in the clouds, but not many. So we do have more clouds than sun. Those clouds show up in all the areas in white that you see coming across the screen here from northwest to southeast. Still have a few leftover showers. I'd have your umbrella for the next couple of hours. Once we get into late afternoon and early evening, looks like the rain is done with because our disturbance that brought the rain to us this morning, the record rain for that matter, will be kicking out of here by then. Temperatures will rebound into the upper 70s this afternoon once the rain clears. Right now we're sitting at 72 in Pittsburgh, 76 Beaver, 75 up in Butler. Take a look at our 24-hour dew point change. Dew points measure the amount of moisture. This is how much they've gone up in just the last 24 hours. So 6-degree rise in the dew points here in Pittsburgh from this time yesterday. And you can see 8-5 up to the north. So definitely seeing that moisture surge across the area. 68-degree dew point right now. That is the uncomfortable feel to the air. And unfortunately, we do keep the high humidity around for the rest of the day today. If you're heading out to the Steelers game tonight, we'll also keep it with us all the way really through Wednesday and early part of Thursday of this week. Temperature-wise, we're going to be going from about 79 degrees at 6 o'clock to 75 at 8, 72 at 10 p.m. and then into the upper 60s during the overnight. And if you're heading out this evening, temperatures are going to be going into the mid-70s and the sky will give way to a partly cloudy sky as we head closer into the 8 o'clock hour. Low temperatures 63 in Butler tonight, 66 in Uniontown, 66 here in Pittsburgh. I mentioned that fog, showed you fog tracker a few moments ago. Could have some reduced visibility up through about 9 a.m. tomorrow. So keep that in mind if you're heading out. We will have more clouds than sun, but some sun will allow temperatures as well as a south wind to climb into the upper 80s tomorrow, so about 88 degrees here in Pittsburgh and 89 in Washington and Uniontown. The record high for the day is 89, dating all the way back to the late 1800s, so we will get close to a record on Tuesday. Storm Tracker will show you where we could see some passing showers. Again, still think we have that threat in at least through about 3 to 4 o'clock or so. Here's 8:30 as we head closer to game time. Dry conditions in Pittsburgh and across the rest of the area. Overnight tonight, it does look like we'll be dry, but the fog, again, could be an issue in spots. And then we'll have a mix of sun and clouds, as I mentioned, for the day tomorrow. The model data does not show a whole lot. We're not expecting to see widespread stormy weather for Tuesday, but with the heating of the day, with it getting so warm, you have to think these temperatures are well above average. We should be in the upper 60s. We're going to be close to 90 tomorrow in many locations. With the heat and humidity, could be looking at a couple of isolated showers or rumbles of thunder during those late afternoon and evening hours. And then once the sun sets, those storm chances go away. Humidity-wise, it's definitely going to be steamy over the next couple of days. We'll finally get a little bit of a break as we head into late Thursday. In the meantime, your 5-day forecast, there's that evening storm possible. Same thing for Wednesday. Wednesday near record heat. 81 Thursday, passing showers, and then really a big cool down. We're in the 40s as we head into your Friday night.
Next, the search for the mystery woman behind this subway serenade.
Is Love Dog.
That's why this local 7-year-old is on a mission to help police canines across the country. With her sweet tea stand and t-shirt sales, she's raised thousands of dollars for canine units.
The things she's doing for local departments and for us is just remarkable.
Helping our heroes makes us proud to be from Pittsburgh.
Proud to be from Pittsburgh. Brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Great cars, great people. For a great deal on a Honda, visit shop. Forecast, now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
New life for the old Kaufman's building downtown. Part of the building has been turned into a hotel. There are 160 rooms in the Even Hotel and a new restaurant for everyone to check out. The soft opening is going on right now to train the workers there. The hotel is set to officially open in the next few weeks. Apartments and stores are also part of the new development. A woman captivated an audience inside a subway in California.
Her random performance was so beautiful, a Los Angeles police officer recorded it. The voice of an angel there and the appearance of a woman down on her luck. Her identity is still not known, but People familiar with her say that she is homeless and originally from Russia. Riders say, along with the beautiful notes, her song carries an important message.
Everyone comes from somewhere, so I think, we have to have some kind of compassion when we're riding alongside each other.
Homelessness is a big problem in Los Angeles, and I think people should take more time to think about the humans that are in that situation and not the inconvenience it poses for them.
Riders also say she's an amazing violinist, and they have seen her perform on the streets.
Wow, very talented. I hope it results in a job for her. Yeah. That's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast comes up tonight at 5.
You can get breaking news updates anytime on our streaming apps. Just search WPXI and Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Weekdays at 11 on Channel 11. Our weather can change in an instant. Depend on Pittsburgh's chief meteorologist Stephen Cropper and Severe Weather Team 11, the most experienced forecasters, using the most powerful tools to keep you ahead of every twist and turn.
Rain coming in during the morning commute.
Without the hype, just the information you need.